Hey friends, all right, here's the deal. I need to get cleaned up over here. I've got a messy desk and it's just reached a point where stuff's out to the edge. Stuff is stacked on other stuff. I need to get organized. I know that there are some situations where it's like, okay, I don't want to lose sight of this new foundation I've been loving. I don't want to stick it back in my drawers. Like, you want to keep things kind of front of mind. I'm that way sometimes with certain products, but it used to be the desk was less overwhelmed and I'd have a certain place for stuff like that to go. Now it's just kind of been at a point where I guess I finished shooting a video and I don't necessarily have the extra time to straighten up afterward. I need to find that time like later in the day when there's a lull in the action, you know. I need to come up here and try to do that more because things really pile up. I've got brushes sitting here, they need to be washed and they're kind of like just chunked in a random area. I mean, I'll show you what I'm dealing with. I am also a person, as much as I like organization of makeup, I'm also one of those where like when it's my stuff, like even though it looks messy, I could tell you still exactly where that one certain lip liner is, you know, like I kind of know my space, but it's just, it's too much. So I'm gonna get it straightened out and I'm gonna take you with me. So here's the main part of what we're looking at. I also have some palettes stacked over here that won't really be that big of a deal to work with, but just, I mean, you see what I'm saying here, guys? Like all this stuff back behind is storage, that's all fine, but it's everything that's sitting out here that I need to, you know, make a call on, put it somewhere. If I need to remember, I got sponges that need to be washed. If it's something that I am leaving out because I think it's on the cusp of being reviewed or something, I need to find a spot for that. Otherwise it needs to get put somewhere. Don't you love a random false lash cut off cluster? Yeah, that needs to go. Okay, I'm gonna stick these sponges that I need to wash right up here for a moment. That way I'll think to actually wash those if they're where they're supposed to be. And I'm going to start off by setting aside any foundation type products here. So like this one from Believe Beauty, I've used this a lot. I've wanted it to be like very much present on my table because I really like using that one. Same with Wet n Wild Photo Focus, been loving that. Been kind of trying this one out because I've seen enough people like rave on it and I'm like, you know, it's a pretty good foundation too. I don't like it as well as these guys though. My Nars Soft Matte, my Catrice True Skin. I've got this from Neutrogena sitting back here. Okay, so all of these have been like kind of frequent use base products, and if I can find a home for those, that's going to be good. So this one and also this one from Huda, those can go into my like top drawer where I keep more like BB CC cream type products. These 4-in-1 perfectors from Maybelline, they've already been reviewed. I can put those back in my storage. Really, I think if pretty much everything is back in my storage where it's supposed to be, then, you know, nothing really gets preference and I'll just naturally go there. That'll be my go-to spot and I'll find what I need to find. And I'll be getting access to everything and I don't think I'm gonna like overlook anything. Oh, this Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator can go there too. I'm gonna actually stick all of these into my little bit fuller coverage foundation drawer because I really feel satisfied with the coverage I get from all of them. So it's the Believe, the Wet n Wild, the Nars, and the Catrice. And then I'll put this Maybelline down low with my light coverage products. I've got this area here of newer things that I want to focus on. Some of them have most definitely gotten focused on and gotten talked about and reviewed and whatnot. But then there are other things that are just now being put there, kept there, taking up space. So I need to go through that. Check out all these concealers I've compiled just now. This one definitely is still kind of being tested under review, I'd call it. So that one I want to keep out and handy. These I think I'll just stick back in my storage. I'm figuring out my lip colors that were floating around here in terms of shades that I either haven't really talked about yet, still want to review, colors that I think are really relevant to the season that I'll be reaching for a lot, or, you know, some things that I have talked about quite a bit that I think I can move back into my lip storage. And I've got a bag down here that'll lead to that area later. So I'm just sticking some of those down there. And I do really want to keep these lip liners handy because I've been reaching for lip liners a lot lately, and just in basic, like neutral, anywhere from light to dark neutral, I feel like I reach for often. So I'm going to keep those handy here. I'll show you in a minute what this looks like. I know surface of the table needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but here's kind of where I'm at for this area, where it's either like such frequent use stuff that it needs to be here, or it's something new that needs to stay in my focus, you know what I mean? So I've got some different lip colors that are a little bit newer, my ABH concealers back there that I want to be thinking about. I've got a couple Bare Minerals concealers that I've been meaning to use also. I'm not really sure what I want to do with these RMS Beauty creams. I think I'll probably just put them down in my cream blush bronzer drawer. I don't want to lose sight of them. I've been enjoying them. And then I've got like these cream blushes and some of these things from NYX, where it's like, do I continue to keep them out? Because I haven't been reaching for them much, but I do want to give them more of a shot, you know? But I would like to eliminate the need for these baskets altogether. Oh, I also have this fragrance from Clinique that I kind of like. It's called Cookies and Kisses. I'm not wild about it, but you know, it's nice. But like these double-ended brushes, they need to be washed. I gotta put them off to the side, so I'll remember to do that. I'm creating a brush laundry basket here. I've already got most of them in there that I need to clean. Oh, can I just say, these are the new Bare Minerals eyeshadow palettes. They're like little, let me just show you one of them. I ordered several and then ended up getting them in PR, but I'm not connecting with these nearly as much as I did their, you know, other little 6-pan palettes in the really cute packaging. I'm not writing these off. I'm not saying they're poor quality, but like they're not really moving me just yet. So I don't know what I want to do with these. I probably need to give them more of a shot, but I need to find a different place to sit them. Okay, guys, it's really happening here. I'm seeing some desk again. This, I know it looks a little overflowing. It will probably get pared down soon. There are just some things that I was kind of planning to use / possibly planning to review. I pulled out those Hourglass blushes just because I really want to give them a shot, and I think, you know, now's the time finally. A few other things that I'm really wanting to try here soon, so a little preview. I've got a couple of ColourPop quads, both for face and eye. I've got a new Makeup Forever setting powder. Over here, this does not belong here, but the kids always like come in here and mess around with that and that. So here I've got my Wet n Wild palettes, and I kind of want to still continue to keep these up here in some way. Got my little Sigma switch that will also need to be cleaned soon, but you know, that can kind of sit anywhere as I'm doing my makeup. But like I said, this little area, my ColourPop sticks back here, I love also touching up with those sometimes. I'll sometimes throw one of those on because it just looks fresh toward the end of the day. My Photo Focus powder, which is just huge, but I love it. You know what? If I want to keep them out and handy, I can just sit them right back here in this little section. Bingo. Okay. I don't think they're going to live there forever, but I kind of like them there for right now. Oh, how cute. Oh, and so this ended up being my brush hamper, so those need to be cleaned, among some others back here, but these are like the big ones that were sitting out taking up space. Also, I haven't used these yet. I need to put them back with my lashes. I think what I'm going to do with Cinnamon Swirl and maybe some other kind of cute seasonal sort of fall type palettes, I'm going to redo my little display area on top of my drawers back behind me, and I'll include some of these like kind of cutesy looking palettes because it is so cute. I don't want to just throw it in a drawer. My mindset for a lot of things. It's too cute to put in a drawer. Okay, so here we are with our finished cleaned off surface. I've got my storage there. I've got my keep it in the front of my mind kinds of products right over here. I've got a lot of space now as I'm, you know, doing makeup. It'll just be easier to pull over my brushes, which those sit right over there. It's my coffee cup warmer right back there. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about this. I've still got some palettes stacked right over here, and I'm, like I said, some of those are going to be part of a new little storage that you'll start, or a little, not really storage, but sort of display that you'll see back behind me soon. But yeah, there we go. So guys, I successfully cleaned off the top of my desk in one sitting, which is actually kind of rare. Normally it's something I have to just chip away at, but I really wanted to allow myself the time this morning. I got up extra early. I'm like, I'm going to do my makeup, and I'm going to try to take people along with me for my organization here. I'm not sure how well I conveyed that on camera. It's really hard to get my phone set up just so I could kind of time lapse some organizing going on, because it's just so hard to see me and the stuff and hold it while I'm doing it, and it's hard enough to organize, let alone document yourself organizing. But yeah, guys, this is such a, daily use thing for me, my makeup. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not up here working, so it makes sense that sometimes it would build up and kind of get a little out of hand. And I think what really gets me are those days where I've done a tutorial, I've used a bunch of makeup, and then we get to the end and it's like, okay, now those things need to get put away, and I don't have the time to sit here and do it because I have to move on to something else. But this felt really good. I'm loving all this open space. I mean, so much room for activities. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, but I'm going to try to keep it this way, that's for sure. The slippery slope here are those few things that you saw sitting outside of that little acrylic box here that I was putting certain things in, and then I kind of went over that a little bit with a small stack of, like, I got these Bare Minerals finishing veils, and I put these on top, and I kind of just put it near, I put it real close to my little container there, and those hourglass sticks. The goal is going to be to not have anything outside of that box. Like, if it really is something that's a current focus type of product, like, I don't think it should go over that box generally unless it's something big like this. So I'll try to continue moving through some of that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we came up with here. Thank you, friends. Hope you enjoyed this little different kind of video. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.